No, I've said too much. Why did I use names? Y'all gonna bleep the names out. Hi Teen Vogue, I'm Issa Rae, and today I'm sharing some of my first with you. Well, my first crush was in preschool. I was really thirsty back then, and it was a boy named Clifton, and I looked him up. He grew up to be fine, so I had great taste. But he didn't have interest in me then, and he doesn't have interest in me now. My first celebrity crush was dark-skinned Michael Jackson. The first time I was ever really embarrassed, there's just too many of those. I think my mom, I was trying to show off in front of everybody, and this I deserved it, but I didn't. It's still cruel, it still stings. She was like, you need to get out of this room. And then she was like, ugh, sometimes I just want to get rid of you. And it just, I was embarrassed and I was hurt at the same time. And, you know, made her feel guilty for a minute. My first word, I don't know, does anybody know that? I would probably say my first word was Dada, like all babies. Oh, my first CD is one that I stole. You pay a cent and you get 12 CDs, but they really send you 6 first and you're supposed to pay the rest. So my first one was probably Mace, Harlem World, because I couldn't listen to parental advisory. And I still have a black mark on my credit because of that. Worth it. My first job was when I was 10 years old, and it was to babysit cats for my neighbor. And it's also how I discovered I was allergic to cats. My first car was a Saturn, a gray Saturn. It was a hand-me-down. And I destroyed it by running into one of those yellow parking poles. Why the fuck was it there? Whose fault was it really? My first best friend, I feel like I want to go back to preschool, but those were fake friendships. My first like hardcore best friend is one that I'm still friends with 20 something years later, Devin Walker. That's my girl, same birthday. First vacation, I mean, it was probably to Senegal. You know, my dad's from there, and so my mom was really big on having us go back and see where our roots were. It was great, minus the mosquitoes, the heat, and people, my cousins, people, strangers, stealing my toys and shit, but otherwise it was a pleasure. The first song I memorized all the words to, I think it was Whitney Houston, I Want to Dance with Somebody, at a very young age. The first time, this is embarrassing. The first time I was really starstruck, hear me out, okay? It was the 90s, I was in middle school, high schoolish, Can't Hardly Wait had come out. And so I saw Jennifer Love Hewitt at the zoo. I was a big Party of Five fan, so seeing Jennifer Love Hewitt at the zoo and she was like kicking it with Wilmer Valderrama, if that's how you say his name. Don't want to give the tea, but they were kicking it. I was starstruck, I didn't say anything, and I loved her so much. I just was satisfied with seeing her out. The first time I knew I wanted to work in films was being on the set of Moesha, just as an audience member, and seeing that play out. So it's really like I wanted to break into TV after seeing that and seeing how dope it was. So thank you, Brandy. The first audition I ever went on, it was like an open call audition for this show called, what was it, Boston Legal, Boston Public? It was some teacher shit. And all you had to do was say a line to the teacher. And I stood in line for 6 hours outside in the heat at, I think, USC, and was prepared to say my one line and kill it. And as soon as I got up there, my stupid ass looked in the camera and delivered my lines, and they were just like, thanks so much. And I wasn't on that show, but it got canceled, so. Sorry, you don't deserve that. My first red carpet was Essence Black Women in Hollywood, and it was the most intimidating thing ever because all my heroes were there. So intimidating that I tried to skip it. And I skipped it, and then someone caught me and they were like, you better go out there and get your red carpet moment. You belong here. And it was the best ever. Well, not the pictures. The pictures turned out terrible, but the experience was great. The first scene I ever wrote for Awkward Black Girl was the driving scene. You know, I experienced it multiple times of being on the road, seeing someone I know, being excited initially, like, oh, hey, and then realizing, oh, we're at the same light again. Here we go. Do we keep acknowledging each other every time? And so that was the first scene that I actually wrote for the series. The first time I ever realized I was famous was, and this was light, but I felt like I was a big deal, was going to Ava DuVernay's first movie screening. It was I Will Follow, and she was greeting everybody who was coming into the lobby, and I was like, hey, and she was like, I know you. I was like, you know me? She was like, yeah, I saw your web series. It's really funny. Keep it up. And that was like only like 2-3 months into doing Awkward Black Girls. So shout out to Ava for making me feel special and famous. The first time I ever questioned my career path was probably in 2009, 2010. I mean, I still question my career path. What am I talking about? But the first time it was just really hard to break in, and I just kept on hearing no. And I kept on being discouraged from one particular project that I tried to keep pushing, and was like, let me finally just do what my dad wants me to do and go to business school. But I didn't. If I earned $1 billion, the first thing I would do is hide that shit. I'm not telling anybody. Nobody would know. My first pet was a hamster named Nosy who died of constipation. Well, we were literally pulling the shit out of him. We were like, he was like suffering. He was sitting there like wheezing. And we were like, what's happening? And then literally kept on trying to pull it. And then like the little shit pellets. This is true, y'all. I think he died from the pain of it. Wow, all of you guys are going to hell. Oh, the first movie that I ever remember seeing is probably Splash. I love Tom Hanks so much, and I think live action loving a movie was Splash. The first role model I ever had, I'm gonna have to just say my mom. Like, who else do you have to look to? It wasn't gonna be my older brothers because they were trash. So yeah, she was the best role model to me. She taught me how to be myself. The first makeup that I ever bought was L'Oreal foundation in college. And I was a college freshman and I was not equipped. And I put that shit on my face like lotion. It was just shining all night. None of my friends told me. They weren't my friends. My first on-screen kiss was actually, I don't want y'all to go back and look at it. So I don't really want to tell you, but it was in my web series and it wasn't great. We had been building up to it. I think I was psyching myself out. It was a very awkward kiss, but appropriately so. My first real kiss, ooh, bitch. My first real kiss was in the 6th grade, and it is still a triumphant, trashy moment for me. It was during like a summer camp, and the first day we got to that camp, I was like, ooh, that boy is fine. Was not checking for me at all, and everybody else was checking for him, and he ended up getting with this girl who was also in the camp, who was like 2 years older than me. She was 14, I was 12. So I was like, oh, fuck, lost that. We have a dance the last day. I don't know where she was at, slipping, because whatever he asked to like dance with me, and then he was like, do you want to go outside? And I was like, yeah, I want to go outside. And we went outside and he kissed me. But then a couple months later, thought I was big and bad, went to Magic Johnson Theaters to watch a movie. Who do I see walk in? Jordan and his girlfriend. And he pretended like he didn't know me, and she sized me up. I thought she was gonna punch me right there, like she knew everything. But she didn't want to step to me. Well, I hope you learned enough about me. Thank you so much for watching. Go ahead and talk shit about me everywhere.